Okay, so this is going to be a quick little mechanical analysis for Beau to kind of look at and kind of get a better idea of what I was talking about in terms of the drift. And then something else I noticed too was a weak glove side, which I'll also show you. And then that's something we could also work on. But I just wanted to give him a better idea of what I was talking about. So the 4 stages of the lower half in the pitching delivery are the drift, drop, rotate, and block phase. I'm going to go through a quick little thing and tell you what each of those are. So the drift phase is getting your center of mass slightly over your back foot. And we can see that. So we have Otani here at the bottom. You can see he gets his center of mass slightly over his back foot. If this is at peak leg lift here, you can see his center of mass is slightly over his back foot, which gives him potential energy as he drops through here using gravity, giving him energy as he goes down. So this is the drop phase, sinking into this back hip while also moving forward. He does that very well, obviously. And then we go into the rotate phase, which is that back knee collapsing over, rotating, sending energy up through the torso, and then eventually through the arm. And then that blocking phase is his front leg. When it lands, we want a stiff front leg. So if you see his knee angle in that front knee, it's not going to move. And that's basically sending that energy back up through the chain to finish off the throw. And that he gets a good extension through the chest, finishes, pull your arm through, solid. So those are the 4 different stages. We talked about the drift with Beau a little bit while he was here, but with the video it might help show what I was talking about. When he comes to, let's say he's at peak leg lift, like there, you can tell his center of mass is definitely over his back foot, so he comes to more of a balance point. What I would like to see is a couple of inches drifted forward. Not a lot. It's controlled, but a little bit of momentum coming forward. And then he comes into his drop phase, but because he didn't get a good drift, his drop phase is very north and south, especially compared to Otani's, right? He finishes his drop phase about there. He probably stays same, and then he comes out of it, and he's got to get that energy, right, to send out to the ball. So then he kind of gets into more of a drive motion. But at this point, he's not dropping anymore, especially compared to Otani. He's dropping, and he's gaining momentum down the mound as he's dropping, and that comes with the drift. So the drift will help that. Another thing I would say is he's trying to keep his weight back a lot, which is good. You want to keep your weight back, but only to an extent. You don't want to stay over the rubber. You don't want to drop down over the rubber like he's doing, like Beau right here. You want to keep your upper half closed as your momentum is going down the mound. So as you can see with Otani, his glove side keeps his upper half closed as he's going down. And then as his front foot lands there, now he's starting to open up his chest, and that's where the throw comes from. And that's also what we call hip and shoulder separation. So his hips are leading while his shoulders are staying closed. You can see his shoulders are still pretty square here. His glove side is starting to pull, and his hips are going, and then his shoulders follow, and that's where you get the big extension in the chest, and then the arm follows. So he stays closed, Beau. He stays closed, stay closed, stay closed. And now he's starting to open up into front foot landing, which is early. He's coming a little early. We can see his front foot lands about there, and his chest is already open. And that, I think, is because his glove arm is collapsing just a little bit early. He doesn't use his glove side very well, but he's still young. Like, we'll work on this stuff. You definitely want a strong front side to keep you closed through rotation and help you get that hip and shoulder separation. He still gets a good amount. Definitely not as much as I would like. His hips are, you could see he's starting to rotate here. His hips are going, but his torso kind of follows with it. I'd like a little bit more separation with that. And then, of course, just, you have to come forward, right? When you come down, you want to have more, like you're coming down a slide. You want to stay back while moving forward, right? The torso stays back while the lower half is coming down the mound. So yeah, I think getting a little bit of a drift and then coming down more, right, out of the mound, right? Don't drop straight over the rubber. A little bit more drift. And then as you drop, come down the mound, and then a stronger glove side. And I think you'll be golden, dude. I think you got a lot of potential for sure. But yeah, we'll keep working on it. Just some things to think about, especially with the glove side. You can see Otani, he does it really well. Keeps it closed, and then he really pulls on it, and he rotates around that glove. So he has a very strong glove side, very strong, pulls with it, but we'll work on that, especially with you. Getting that strong glove side, pulling that down, and then rotating around it, having a strong glove side. But overall, solid. Excited to keep working with you. And yeah, thank you.